Today we are planting out Red Haven peach. Just came in the mail today. So we're gonna pull the wood chips back and start digging our hole.
Oh, well.
Jeremy's doing the digging. I'm still on light duty from being in the hospital. You can soak the roots for up to a couple hours before planting, and then I will sprinkle mycorrhizal fungi on the roots. And I'm also adding azomite trace minerals to the hole to help things get started. One thing I'm going to do is plant this a little bit high because we have clay soil here and fruit trees hate wet roots. So we're going to plant this a little bit high. First we're going to replace all the soil back in around these roots, and then I'm actually going to mound up raised bed soil around the upper roots. At this point, I'm adding a little bit of water to help this soil settle around these roots, and then I'll add the next round of soil. You can see I still have roots above this soil level. So now I'm going to start adding this raised bed and mound it up around it. You see, here's the graft. This is the point where it's grafted onto the other rootstock. So this needs to stay a couple inches above soil level. And then mound up the soil around this. So it's really nice aged wood chip mulch, and that's what we're going to mulch the root zone of the tree with, because the other mulch is fresh and it needs time to break down before the roots get under it. This is how we planted all our trees in Texas, and it worked out really well for us. Like I say, we have the clay soil, and the fruit trees just don't like the clay soil, and so when we lift them up just a little bit above ground level, then their upper roots can stay above that water. Hopefully these are going to grow well and give us lots of fruit. This is where we are establishing our orchard, in the front yard. It's great usable space. And we also would like a buffer from the street. So the first thing we did in the fall, we dumped bags and bags and bags of leaves here. We drove around the neighborhood and picked up bags that people left on the side of the road and put them in our trunk and came home. And seems a little strange to some people, but that's what we did. And then this spring we have layered cardboard on, and we got a tree trimming company to drop a pile of wood chips for us, and so we're covering the cardboard with wood chips. This is a stump that we had ground down last summer, so this is really good and aged wood chips, and that is what we're putting directly around the trees in their drip zone. So we're just really excited. It's going to be a beautiful view out the front door. We're going to retain a grassy area for the kids to run around, and we're going to retain that nice view from our straight out the front door so that you can see the street, but it will give us more privacy, and it will provide a lot of food in the coming years. So we're very excited, and there is more that we're going to do. Going to get make some more planting beds, get more things planted up front, and we're going to do a lot of food forest type, guild type plantings in with the trees. So I've already got yarrow out, and I planted peas at the base of all the trees this year just because they're just little poles waiting for me to plant my peas and to grow up, because they don't have very much going on this year. So I just thought that would be a funny thing to plant peas around it. And then I'll bring borage and I tried to plant some walking onions around them. We'll get my chives that I overwintered in my herb garden out here, maybe oregano. We planted a rhubarb out here, and so it's just going to be, we're just going to spend some time figuring out all the little things that we want to interplant among the trees to help have a nice diversified food forest out front. So on this side, so far there are 4 apple trees, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then right here, so to follow this line, there is going to be a dwarf cherry. And then following those 2 in the back, there's going to be another tree right here that is a methley plum. And this dwarf cherry is going to be a tart cherry because that's what grows here in where we are in Indiana. Sweet cherries won't grow here. They don't make it through the winter. So what we have here is these 3 trees are coming in a diagonal like this and coming down. This will be flowers. And so then we're mirroring that over here, and these 3 trees are coming down in a diagonal. And we will have a bed here as well. So right out the front door, you can look in between 2 trees to have a view of the street. This is a peach. This is a Red Haven peach. Here we planted a native plum, and right here is a mulberry bush. Mulberries can be trained to grow like a tree or like a bush, and we're gonna let it be a bush to help keep it dwarf and have plenty of fruit. Right here we are going to grow a persimmon, a native Indiana persimmon, and they are very big, so it's taking up the space of 3 other trees on the mirroring side. It's taking the space of the three trees in back. And we have some shrubs along the back, including in the very corner is a variegated elderberry. And then we have a couple native elderberries that we went and picked starts, dug up some little seedlings, saplings from around a tree that we found by the river. And then over here in this row we have 3 blueberries, and then 2 raspberries and 2 raspberries. And we will do a planting border on this side of it too. The idea is to get this whole side mulched and covered with wood chips the same as this side, but it takes a lot of cardboard to do that, and that is our limiting factor right now, is how much cardboard we have. We got these wood chips from a tree trimming company. We saw them working down the street, and we asked them if they would come and dump wood chips for us, so they did. And the last thing we have in the front yard so far in this pot is we have a hardy Chicago fig, and we put it in a pot because that area is really low and we need to build that up before we plant the tree there. And we have a project in the backyard where we're going to bring soil and build that up a little bit for it. And so meanwhile it's in the pot, and it's tiny. It's a tiny little whip.